Here are 3 ways AI agents are being used differently in businesses that you should know about in 2025. But before we get into that, what is an AI agent for the beginners out there? Well, firstly, it's not a text input and a text output, okay? That is ChatGPT. An AI agent is autonomously making decisions on our behalf with legs and arms. So let me give you an example. It can even send us an email to our customers to resolve an issue. How about scheduling an appointment on our behalf, going through our emails and doing it straight away? How about autonomously calling your leads as straight as they inquire on your website? Well, friends, this is not far from the truth, and this is actual reality on how AI is shaping businesses in 2025. So the first way our agents are being used that most people aren't aware of is personal assistants. Now, I know what you think. Everyone has Siri, everyone has Google, Pixel, or Assistant, and Alexa. I have that too. This is completely different. It's not just speaking, it actually takes actions. The difference with our agents is we're now giving it arms and legs, and it's finally doing work for us autonomously. Like I said in the previous one, imagine if I asked, hey, can you send the reports to my team about their sales and how to improve on that? We need to have a meeting straight away. So it'll send that email in a short summary and it'll do it for me. And since it knows who my team is, it's going to send an email. As well as calendars. Simply asking for a calendar to be set or a meeting to be set. Now, at the moment, I haven't seen any clear solutions. There's been some tutorials on N8N, very custom solutions, and as of now, I haven't really seen anyone like it doing it solely. But like I said, it'll schedule you, it'll remind you, and it organizes your life. There's only one company that I've seen that has executed this okay. Use cases can be something like Monday, which I've used before and I've used on a trial, and it sets your calendar. Now, one pro of this is obviously 24/7 availability, because whenever you need it, it's always going to be there. A con of this is that obviously, as we adapt so much with technology, we are giving every piece of information, our credit cards, our location, what websites we go on. There is really no reason why it doesn't know everything about you. And as much as we are getting into this reality of just giving every piece of information and data, it's only going to be getting bigger and bigger and knowing more about you. A big thing for me is that I can multitask, and I am doing anyway as a business owner, whether that's fulfilling a service, whether that's following up with customers, calling clients. It helps me multitask and set my day up. Sometimes it has limited understanding, but there's definitely strategies to get over this, which I've definitely tried, and there's definitely things out there to give it as much understanding. It will only understand as much as you give it, so I wouldn't necessarily call this a con. It depends on your expectations. Obviously, time management is a big thing for a business owner. However, if you're relying on this so much, then there's a point where you honestly lose your skill to organize yourself, right? You can't even live without it. Second is an AI receptionist. Imagine being a solo business owner. You've just started and you don't have the resources to hire a full-time receptionist or a VA, because they can be quite expensive. Well, imagine having an AI receptionist that can even filter calls for you and on your website and transfer them when the hottest leads come to you. So it can transfer, it'll book, and it can even schedule appointments and meetings. For example, let's say you were a hairdresser. Imagine if you're a small shop and you simply just want to be doing your service, but you don't have time to pick up the phone call for a new booking. That's a booking you could have lost, and that's money and time on table that could have been saved. So let's get into the pros. Firstly, it's going to handle every single call. You'll never miss a call ever again. It's actually a lot cheaper than hiring a full person, and you're never going to lose anyone in your pipeline. Now, the negative to this is that it is limited to problem solving. So it's like talking to ChatGPT, and it needs a lot of context on what it's doing, which can be solved in a prompt. but it's not a human as for yet. Another thing can be a lack of emotions. I personally don't find this a lot because the machine learning helps with memorizing names, and there's different functionalities that actually memorizes who the caller is that I've personally used. So I wouldn't even call that a con, but yes, that's one of them. Last but not least, this is the one you're waiting for. It's actual business owners that are cloning their voice in a receptionist. Business owners are actually cloning their voice and using it as a personal assistant to work for them. I know this might not sound ethical, but it's something that people are trialing and testing right now. The way to do this is by using a simple platform called ElevenLabs. You need a 3 to 5 minute clip of you talking. Maybe it's you reading a story or something like that, and that way it understands how you speak. You can do this relatively cheaply, and you can personalize it as much as you want. You can use it for storage, you can use it for social media, and it's absolutely insane. Obviously, with all our AI agents, time and cost savings is absolutely insane, and accessibility. These days, there's so many tools out there that are what's called open source, which just means free, and you get to use them. If you're not a coder, then that's completely fine. Things are just getting easier and easier these days, and I wouldn't even stress about that. The downfall is that obviously there's some ethical issues with speaking to an AI for some people. Now, my personal experience, it depends on the task at hand, whether you want to go to the extreme of having a cloned version of yourself, or whether you just want to use it to follow up with your leads. Obviously, there's some legal concerns as well. You need to be very careful, and if people ask you if you're an AI, you will have to say that obviously that's a cloned version of yourself. Some people might say once again that there may be a lack of human emotion, but I personally don't agree with that because it memorizes names better than most people. You can give it a tone that is friendly and warm, but at the end of the day, we're still in the early stages of AI, and there's so much we're experimenting with. That being said, obviously can't feel emotions, but it definitely acts like it can feel emotions, and that's the crazy part about it, is that you will never notice the difference. So if you want me or my team's help to see how AI agents can benefit your business, I would love to have a conversation with you. And in fact, I've even made a video to help implement AI agents into your business, where I built an AI agent that helps you put AI agents into your business. So that link will be in the description, and you can have a call with me once you've used that tool, because it's free. I want to give free value out, and you can completely use it, know exactly what your business needs, where you can automate things, and it's amazing. So I'll leave the link to that video there, but I highly recommend that if you'd like to have a call, I'd love to see how I can help and give value out there in the world, because I want every business that can and should be using our agents to automate their business and give their clients better results. So if that sounds like something that you would want to do, go down there in the description and you can book a call with me. So once again, I appreciate it. Do that. And I also have a video that you can watch. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one.